Sir, the minimum attendance required by a law student to sit in the exam is 70%, 10% relaxation in certain cases. What is your opinion on the maximum attendance criterion fixed by the Bar Council of India?
So like this area is a tricky one. 70%
Right.
attendance criteria. Well, see, the bar council 70% attendance criteria is well intentioned. I won't say
Mm,
uh, that they have any bad faith when it comes to applying a uh, certain criteria for attendance, because
mm,
every other discipline has.
mhm,
But I believe that, see, the 70% attendance ensure that students participate in the class,
mm,
uh, participate in the academic ecosystem, and develop discipline. That's the main intention behind introduction of the 70% attendance um, idea. But having said that, I believe that the focus should not be just on the physical presence of the
mm,
student, but focus should be also on the fact that whether that student, while being in the class, is able to understand and
right.
encapsulate something as well or
Mm,
not. So universities, I believe, can implement um, a flexible learning mechanisms, so such as blended or experimental
mm,
learning modules, so that the attendance could be made more purposeful. See, if the criteria is even done away with, I
mm,
believe that there would be some students that would never really appear
mm.
for the class.
Yes.
Uh,
Okay.
so these criteria are majorly for those few students only,
Right.
so that they could be bring they could be brought to the universities.
Mm,
Even though it seems a bit harsh, but it has practical significance. That's why
mm.
Bar Council of India has made it mandatory.
But do you think that such strict attendance criterion it obstructs a student from gaining practical knowledge and experience in their field, especially for a student who wants to pursue litigation?
See, even if a student wants to pursue litigation, I believe that the core areas, the
Mm,
foundation should be very good.
mm,
Unless and until a person
mm,
really knows as to what constitute a murder, what constitute, how is it different from uh, perhaps culpable homicide, or what is the difference between uh, procedure established by law and due process of the law. I believe these are the foundations that can only be cleared when he or she gives time in the university. So,
mm, mm,
a good education at the university can develop a sort of critical thinking. All
mm,
the good lawyers, whether it's Salman Khurshid,
mm,
Kapil Sibal, or Ram
mm,
Jethmalani, matter, if you will listen to them, you will see that how good they are at the jurisprudence, how well versed are they in the criminal law, how well
and constitutional
they,
also.
they
Yeah,
are at the
right.
constitutional law. So, all how have they been able to inculcate so much of knowledge?
Mm,
It's because the university gives you platform not to just learn the facts, learn the basics, but it's
right.
gives you uh, a platform to interact with each other. As students
Mm,
can
mm,
generate can a sort of a critical thinking when they discuss among themselves.
mm,
So that's a very crucial aspect of a learning.
right.
However, we have also realized that integrating uh, practical exposure is seminal for a development of a student. So,
mm,
in the form of moot courts, legal aid,
mm,
internships, the student can get a practical exposure, and it's very much necessary to increase practical exposure as well. So, I think that something like CRPC can well be understood when that person sees how the
absolutely.
bail application goes through, how the lawyers are arguing for their
Right.
client. So, unless and until these practical exposures are given, the learning will be reduced only to rote
Mm,
learning, and
mm,
that's not
mm, mm.
what the intention is. That's why add mixture of both practical plus uh, class-based knowledge is required for a overall holistic development of a student.
Right. Um, so despite the fact that that there are a number of public and private colleges offering law have come up, there has also been a rise in law coaching institutes offering courses, and a number of law students, graduates, opting for it. Do you think there is a gap in which our colleges are imparting education, which is leading to a rise of these institutes? What should our colleges and universities do in order to improve on?
Um, See, the way coaching institutes are proliferating
Yeah.
this education setup seems it certainly gives an idea that there is a void, there is a gap,
Mm,
because that's why these coaching institutes fill that gap.
mm,
So there are multiple reasons. One being that I've seen students, a major portion of students, they opt for judicial services examination or
mm,
UPSC. And from very beginning, that idea, that fear mongering, the
mm.
student is subjected to some sort of fear mongering from the very first day he steps into the college. The first fear mongering is that unless and until you do not give certain time for your coaching, it's not going to help you. Many a time, a student, uh, it's like it's because of peer pressure that person joins a coaching
Right.
institute,
Yeah.
and certainly the colleges have not been able to give a student a job oriented or a civil service oriented
Yeah.
education. That's why also
Mm,
coaching institutes are uh, like uh, uh, filling up this void. Another
mm,
aspect which I believe is this, that our curriculum has not evolved. So it's not just
mm.
a student is opting coaching with respect to judicial service or UPSC.
UPSC.
Yeah. For example, I can give you one example. There are platforms which are now giving courses on contract drafting, on
Right, right.
very novel laws such as
Mm,
land acquisition or
mm,
RERA.
mm,
It is because of the fact that a law college has stigmatized themselves to only that portion of learning only. So for
right.
contract, we will be relying on that Indian Contract Act, Contract 1, and
Yeah,
then specific contract.
right.
We will not be teaching a
The
student what
sections and
a,
only the key features,
that's
that's
it.
it. But not on the contract drafting or
Yeah,
on what are
yeah.
the important as right, rightly said. So
Certainly, certainly. I also read Baffer versus Buffer.
yeah.
Uh, and
Yes.
now also I have to teach the students that case only. And that case was like what, 250 years, 200 years ago.
Yes.
Believe that curriculum should be reframed. Some new courses of practical importance should be introduced at the colleges.
Mm.
And for that, it is also required that a teacher should also be exposed. Teacher should also be given training
Right.
with respect to, because see, all the teachers have also come up from this traditional law setup only.
Mm,
They have done research, but they might not be doing everything. So a specialized subject like contract drafting is
right.
something which where a teacher can also be given training.
Mm,
In schools, teachers are given training. Why not at the university level? The teacher should
true.
be given exposed to faculty development programs, uh, should be exposed to new uh,
Mm,
set of teachings, and that could be implemented in the colleges so
right.
as to, yeah, so that when a student should be acquainted with every aspect, not just the traditional, but also the new set of knowledge system,
Mm.
and that would facilitate it, him or
Even,
her
even,
getting a good
sir,
job.
in fact, I've noticed that even if there are faculties who want to go above and beyond and teach their students beyond the classroom and beyond that barrack, I've seen that they're also being restricted. Why? Because they're told that your time is being taken to teach your above and beyond thing, whereas exam may only that portion is going to come, what you're going to teach through the index. So even teachers have a little hesitations in going above and beyond because that is not going to come in your exam. What is going to come in your exam is what is set in the curriculum, as you rightly said. And that does, you're right, sir, that does pose a problem.
Yes,
Yeah.
see, the thing is that our aim, which I believe, is not to train a student for an exam. Not at all. Exam is just a ritual which you have to go through, just a
Mm,
compulsion. Our aim should be to teach a student for future. So, to a student, when he or she like passes out from the college,
mm,
he should be he should know that as to what career path one has to
mm,
take, and multiple options should be given to them. So I believe that uh, the 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 student should be given multiple options as to in the university itself. Maybe a person do not want to go for litigation or even for the academics, but still that person is really good at drafting, and that person can help other lawyers in
mm,
drafting,
yeah,
like SIPs and everything. So multiple options can be provided. Not every student is cut for the same job. Not every
mm,
person can have a similar set of aptitude. Just expecting that a person after law degree should go for judicial services or should go for practicing
litigation.
is not a good approach. There should be
Yeah,
options for every person to develop interest and to finally pursue the career which he or she wants to have.
right. So finally, if you were to mentor a first year law student today who wants to pursue a similar academic or research oriented career, what three concrete steps would you advise them to take from now?
First and foremost, I would ask, and I ask a student in the first year itself to start reading newspaper.
Mm.
Please give an hour of your time in reading newspapers, particularly those related to law and policy making. Additionally, if you want, you can even write it.
Sir, finally, if you were mentoring a first year law student today who wants to pursue a similar academic or research oriented career, what three concrete steps would you advise them to take from now?
So for a student who is in first year, I would ask that student to develop a research temperament.
Mm,
Start reading. Start with very basic. Start reading a newspaper. Give at least an hour, both to the Hindi and English or any regional newspaper with that person, which he or she is comfortable in. Start reading beyond your syllabus.
mm,
Start reading with the academic journals, policy reports, judgments, how a judge come, what is the judicial process,
Mm,
how the interpretation of a statute has been done by the judge.
mm,
Is there specific ideology of the judge also which affects the judgment? All these questions uh, can be asked by the student at a very initial level, and it's going to
mm,
inculcate very critical thinking in him. Another thing is that the student should also seek mentorship with professors,
mentorship.
with
Oh.
research scholars. Yes, yes, with professors, research scholars at an early stage. We all
Mm,
have that LinkedIn account now,
yes.
and a student through this LinkedIn can now interact with professors who might be teaching in an institute like Harvard, or a Cambridge professor is not inaccessible now.
Mm,
And I have seen that many a times while I was also doing my research, I sought help from uh, a university professor in Yale Law School, and she was very
oh.
happy to, yeah, yeah, she was happy to give me an Zoom interview with respect to my topic. All these things are possible now. The
Mm,
third thing
right.
is that
Technology has really helped it. Yes.
true technology has now blurred the boundaries. You can be a student of a not so big university,
Mm,
maybe a small university, but still you can capitalize on
mm,
on the basis of this technology. You can capitalize over it, and you
mm.
can meet many good
Many
scholars,
different
many good
minds.
professors, many different minds, and seek mentorship from them. And the third thing which I would suggest to a student is to start writing. Start
Mm,
writing, start publishing. Doesn't matter that it should be published in a journal. It may be just for a small blog, but
mm,
start writing it on a daily basis. This is an exercise, just like a gym
mm.
or a walking.
Right.
This should be religiously, it should be followed.
Mm,
Writing at 250 to 300 words in the era of chat GPT is not going to be an easy task. This
yeah.
is the biggest threat which I'm seeing in a
Yeah.
student is that over reliance on AI has somehow
Mm,
uh, incapacitated the thinking, the original thinking process. They are struggling now to
mm,
write proper sentences, 250 to 300 words. So reliance on artificial intelligence is fine for the purpose
mm,
of data gathering or even to structure your writing. But
mm,
writing is something which should be from your heart. It should never be relied on something else. It should come out from your heart. Then only you can really love research because it's an
mm,
acquired taste. It's not going to happen one night. Like
mm,
a regular and tedious uh, process which has to be followed on day-to-day basis. But then only a person can gravitate towards this area. And it's a very rewarding field. It's going to give you job satisfaction as well as uh, it's going to be a very good financial security also it provides. So it's a good job. It's a great field to pursue. So
right.
these are the three aspects which I believe a student should take care of.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. You've been incredibly kind and generous with your time and guidance here today. We really appreciate it and we wish you the very best for your future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure to be on this platform and to interact with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.